The 7 mistakes that will make you lose a sale. Mistake number 1, being sloppy. I have actually seen females walk into a meeting with a huge purse. Huge. So when we talk about sloppy, it can be visual and it can also be verbal. But visually, coming into a meeting with a massive purse and all kinds of stuff in it, and then just digging around for stuff is like the worst. Hi! Oh, sorry. Oh, let me just get a pen. Sorry, just 1 second. Hi, I'm Mona. Nice to meet you. Huge difference. Sloppy can be both verbal and visual. And both are equally horrible for a sale because these are the things that are going to give your prospect the first impression of you. Hi, how are you? Oh, I love your office. And this is great. This is so great. Where did you get that? I love that so much. What kind of meeting? Is this actually a business meeting? Maybe I'm confused about what kind of meeting it is. Be very careful with that. So make sure you are coming in sophisticated and verbally concise. Mistake number 2, talking too much. Check out my other video called Speak Like a CEO, and that will explain in more detail why using more words is really going to hurt your ability to close sales, especially if you want to meet with CEOs or C-level executives. The more words you use, the less people are going to remember, and the more they feel that you are going to waste their time. So if somebody's ghosting you, think hard about how you interacted with them. Were you taking up a lot of their time? Were you doing most of the talking? Or were they really engaged in that conversation? Because if they were more engaged than you, they'll probably be more likely to answer your call or respond to you. So if they're not, it's probably because you made this mistake, and that was talking too much. Talking too much is actually a big problem if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, simply because you know so much about your business. You understand what's going on in finance, in HR, every single department, what's happening with your sales this month. Is customer service doing well? What kind of complaints are coming in? The fact that you have all of this knowledge about your company can actually hurt you when you're sitting with a client, because before you know it, you can be disclosing too many things about your company. And for a sales meeting, the more you explain, the more words that you use, the more that client is going to feel overwhelmed by you or by your product or service. It doesn't matter how simple it is, you can make it sound complicated by talking too much. The third mistake that can make you lose a sale, speaking badly about competition. Oh my God, you use them? Oh, they're such a horrible company. Oh my God, they're the worst. Yeah, I had like 3 other clients, they used them and they were so miserable. Oh my, why would you do that? Don't do that. The biggest problem is that when you do that, you are making the client feel stupid. And if you make that client feel stupid, they're not going to want to buy from you. People want to buy from people that they feel good around. So the best way to handle a question about competition is this way. Oh, XYZ company? Yeah, you know what? I've heard some things about them in the market. Have you tried them before? Okay, you've tried them. Great, great. And how was your experience? Oh, it was not that good? Okay, from what aspect was it not that good? Here's the thing. It's great that you gave them a shot, because if you were even a little bit happy with them for even a little bit of the time, you're going to be exceptionally happy with us. So you're not speaking badly about them. You are telling them you heard some things about them. Now the client is going to tell you their perspective about it. And in most cases, if the client is sitting with you at this meeting, they're doing that because they're not happy with that other company. So you don't need to be the one to tell them why that company is not good. They already don't like that company. Just ask them how their experience was. They will tell you why they don't like them. They will tell you why they want to buy from you if you listen very, very closely. Mistake number 4, asking the wrong questions. What's the wrong question? The wrong question is leading the prospect to give you an answer that you don't want. So for example, if the prospect says, I'm not interested, the wrong question in this scenario would be, why are you not interested? Which, by the way, is the worst question you can ever respond with. And if you're interested in seeing a full video on how to answer, I'm not interested, just drop that in the comments below. The only answer that's going to come from that is them telling you all the reasons they don't want to talk to you, they're not interested in your service, or they don't want to talk about your product right now. These are not answers that are going to take your conversation any further. What it will do is it will irritate them. And it will end your relationship before it ever could have started. So that's a great way to do that if that's your goal. Now, what are the right questions to ask? The right questions are going to be the opposite. The right questions are the questions that are going to bring that prospect to a place where they are giving you the information that you're looking for, or they are starting to convince themselves that they do want your service. For example, the right question could be something like, okay, you're not interested, I understand. Well, if you were interested, what would it be about my company that would be interesting for you? Or let's say they say, I don't need this credit card, I already have too many credit cards. Let's say you work for a bank. The wrong question in that scenario would be, well, don't you want another card? No, that's so easy, they're gonna say no. The right question would be, well, if you were going to consider getting a different card than the one that you have, what would be your main deciding factor? Because the way that they answered that question is going to give you exactly what you need to close that sale. They might tell you, I need better rates, I need more air miles, I need cash back. Whatever that is, then you find the product or the service that fits what they're asking for. And remember, this all started because they said, I'm not interested. The 5th mistake that you can make that will kill your sale is if you focus on price too much, or if you drop the price too quickly. If you're going to focus on price, you are going to be taking away all of the value of your service. So in your company, shadow the top salesperson, the absolute top salesperson. Shadow them and pay attention to one thing. When do they talk about price? Do they give the price at the beginning? Do they give the price over the phone? Or do they wait until the very end to talk about price? And when they talk about price, do they drop it? And if they do drop it, when do they drop it? If you're going to drop your price, that should be something that takes a long time to do. It's not done on the spot. And it has to come with a time commitment. So the normal price is, let's say, $10,000. But if we sign this agreement by tomorrow, 3 p.m., we can close it at $8,700. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. There's a commitment. That's very different than saying, okay, you know what, the normal price is $10K. You can have it for $8,700. Okay, you know what they're going to do now? Now they're going to take that number and they're going to go shopping in the market for a few weeks, months, who knows? Because you put no time commitment on it. So don't focus on price and don't drop it too soon and without a time commitment. The sixth mistake that you could be making, and you might not realize it, is requiring the client to be excited about trying your service. You don't need them to be excited. In the beginning, the only thing you need is for them to try. It's such a powerful concept. If you can really grasp it, this will change your sales landscape. If a client is willing to try your service, they're signing an agreement with you. They're signing a contract with you. A trial doesn't necessarily mean it's free. It's paid. It's your normal agreement, but in their mind, they're trying it out. Drop a comment below with the word try if you'd like to know how to use this to close more sales, because it is extremely powerful. So you don't need people to be excited. You just need them to agree to try. And a huge mistake that salespeople make is they're not happy enough when a client says, all right, well, let's give it a try. They want to see some kind of excitement or some kind of enthusiasm from them. You don't need that right now. That will come later once you provide amazing service, which you better if you expect to get referrals and renewals and have a good reputation in the business. You better provide amazing service. So you don't need excitement. All you need is for them to try. The seventh mistake that you can be making, and you might not realize it, is if you get too excited after they say yes. And it goes something like this. All right, Mr. Prospect, so are we ready to give it a try today? Yeah, I'll give it a try. Okay, great. This is gonna be so good because you're gonna love it, and we're gonna have just an amazing relationship, and I'm gonna be available all the time. So if you need anything, customer service is always there. I'm available. This is gonna be amazing. Here's the key learning. Recognize the buying signal. So if they say yes, that's an obvious buying signal. As soon as they say yes, you need to stay calm and you need to go to the next point in the process, which is typically filling out paperwork if you fill it out by hand, or sending them the agreement. Okay, so it should be something like this. So Mr. Prospect, are you ready to give this a try today? Yes, yeah, let's do it. Great choice. Okay, I will have the agreement sent to you this afternoon. Just fill it out, send it back to us, and then our customer service team will be in touch within 24 hours to get you set up. It's gonna be great. Thank you. No, thank you. As soon as they say yes, you need to finish the process, be short and sweet, and you need to exit. Because if you don't, we're gonna go back into mistake number 2, which is talking too much. And they are immediately going to regret saying yes to you, and they might never sign that contract. Because when they were convinced and they said yes, then you killed the sale after that because you got so excited you wouldn't stop talking, or you made it seem complicated by all of your words. So keep your excitement down. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below which of the 7 mistakes are familiar to you, and I'll do a full video on that. Hi, I'm Mona. Nice to meet you.